Can't beat you with the two.
Ross. Oh my goodness gracious, and we're going to overtime. All right, well, about 4/10 of a second. I don't think he got that off in time based on that. Callahan, I think this is the game's over. Yep, game over, no basket. And Dwayne Casey is furious, but I don't think he has a leg to stand on here.
Yeah, I think that's where the confusion is with Coach Casey. He probably to get a hand on it. Coach Casey not in agreement, but as you said.
And on that note, welcome to the Day 28 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. How bad are the refs actually here? Do you know what their reason was for making this call, for waving off this shot that was actually legit? Their reason was that it was a clock malfunction. As you can see, DeMarcus Cousins had tipped the ball on the inbound pass, and they say that that's when the clock was supposed to have started. But if you watch in the replay, the clock started before Terrence Ross touched the ball. So apparently that is when the clock started, and even if they're using DeMarcus Cousins touching the ball as a legitimate excuse and that the clock should have started even earlier than it actually did start, how are you going to punish the Raptors for that? How are you going to punish Terrence Ross for what he sees on the game clock? Was he supposed to see things that he wasn't supposed to see? Was he supposed to see that there was actually less time than show it on the clock? Was he supposed to know that? Any other situation, that would have been a play on. In any other situation, that basket would have still counted. And that basket should have counted no matter what. I don't care what they say. Yo, the clock had started before Terrence Ross touched the basketball. You cannot deny that. And I don't know what excuses was there to wave off that. Like, honestly, what excuse was there to wave off that basket? Players go out and get fined for talking about the refs. That's why Kyle Lowry kept saying no comment. The refs have no accountability for their actions. Yo, the refs should get fined too. The refs, whoever made that call, that's a fine, that's a suspension, that's something, because that is terrible. That's the kind of call that just leaves you speechless. The Portland Trailblazers snapped their losing streak last night. CJ McCollum went out for 33 points, and the Portland Trailblazers stopped their little skid. They went out and beat the Brooklyn Nets 129-109, but what I was most impressed with was the rebounding. Like I said in the recent video, the problem with the Trailblazers is their rebounding. They cannot rebound the ball very well. They're one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. But yesterday, everyone was out there crashing the boards. They had 50 rebounds as a team, and they absolutely annihilated Brooklyn on the glass 50-36. That's what the Portland Trailblazers need to do, especially since they do not have a dominant rebounder. They do not have a good rebounder on that team. So everyone has to work extra hard on grabbing those rebounds. That's what they did. It's going to take a team to make up for what they don't have. They don't have Andre Drummond. They don't have DeAndre Jordan, Hassan Whiteside, anything like that or anything close to that. So, it's going to take a team effort to crash those boards and to play defense, to play some solid team defense. They still didn't play amazing defense yesterday. They gave up 109 points to the Brooklyn Nets, but of course the Portland's offense was enough to get them through that game. Speaking of team wins, the Pacers actually played like a team last night, and they didn't even have Paul George. Jeff Teague was a monster. He had 30 points, 9 assists, and 6 steals. 30 points, 9 assists, and 6 steals. Thaddeus Young also had a really good game with 20 points and 11 rebounds. Glenn Robinson had 16 points and 11 rebounds. And, that's what you need to see from the Pacers. Even without their captain, even without their leader, Paul George, they came together as a team and played team basketball and got the win. Which is why I said it was still too early to panic when the Pacers were losing early, because this was a brand new team. And yet last night they gave you a little bit of a glimpse of what they can be. Well, not really, because like I said, they still didn't have Paul George, so that's a huge missing piece. But last night they gave you a glimpse that they can play together. So that's a really good sign. And as for the Thunder, they basically did the exact opposite. Russell Westbrook had another monster game. He had another triple-double, 31 points, 15 assists, and 11 rebounds. But he shot 34 times and shot 13-34 from the field, which isn't very good. That's what I would love Russell Westbrook to do more. You see 15 assists, so you think he was trying to get his team involved a lot, but it really wasn't that. It's just whenever he passed the ball and they made a shot, he would get an assist. He wasn't really running any type of offense or anything like that. It was just, I'm going to try and go in. If they stop me, I'm going to kick it out to you, and you go make that shot. That was the Thunder's offense, and that's not really team basketballs, which I think the Thunder really need to learn how to play team basketball here. Russell Westbrook in ballistic mode is not going to win you every single game, and it's not going to win you a lot of games, especially, like I said, in the playoffs where it matters, where the team's going to have to come together and play well, and they need to start working on that now. Jimmy Butler didn't need a team last night. He went off for 40 points and also had 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Yo, Jimmy Butler has quietly been having a really good season. Not a lot of people have been talking about it, but Jimmy Butler has been having a really good season for the Chicago Bulls. Dwayne Wade sat out last night due to rest, which you can expect. I mean, you know Dwayne Wade's going to take some games off this season. You know, he's probably going to take at least 10 games off, not 12, maybe 15 games off this year. And as for the Lakers, yo, Lou Williams is having a resurgent year. Yo, this man is going off every single game, though. He had 25 points last night and was 5 for 6 from 3. So he was on fire last night. I hope D'Angelo Russell's okay. I think he's still having some knee problems, so I really hope he's okay. I'd hate to see a young player like that go down. The Lakers, you like to see them out there compete. The Bulls are a really good team this year, and the Lakers kept up with them the entire way. You know, they only lost by 8, and like I said, this team last year would have got blown out. They would have lost by like 30 or 40. So, you know, it's nice to see the Lakers out there competing, even if they don't get the win. The Knicks beat a really good team last night. Yo, the Knicks actually went out and beat a good team last night. Carmelo Anthony, of course, had a really good night with 31 points on 12 of 22 shooting. But the guy for the Knicks is Cribble McStingus. Yo, we all know Cribble McStingus is the best player on the Knicks. Cribble McStingus is the future of the Knicks. Cribble McStingus is the Knicks. It's not Carmelo Anthony. It's definitely not Derrick Rose. It's Cribble McStingus. And he had a solid game. He only took 15 shots. I would like to see him take a little more shots. I know 15 is like a decent amount, and he was 8 for 15, so he was shooting the ball well. I would like to see him take 20 shots every single night. That's just me being honest. He should be shooting more times than anyone else on that team because he is your most efficient scorer. He still finished with 19 points and 11 rebounds, so you know it was a really good game, but and the Knicks got the win, so you can't say anything bad. If the Knicks lost, I would say, yo, just give Cribble McStingus the ball, but you know, the Knicks got the win, and that's all you can ask for. Last but not least, the Denver Nuggets beat the Utah Jazz. So the Utah Jazz kind of look like the Jazz from last year. The Utah Jazz look like the Jazz from last year right now because they're missing a lot of players. You know, a lot of players are injured. That's what it's going to take for this team. They had to stay healthy, which they kind of had a hard time doing. So hopefully they can get healthy sometime soon and then, you know, bounce back. And that about wraps it up for the day 28 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season. I know it was kind of spoiled by like the Raptors call. Life goes on, Raptors fans. It goes on. It's just one game. In the long run, it might not mean too much unless that game cost you like the second season, cost you like the slide down to like the 4th somehow. But other than that, you know, it was just a game. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smack the like button if you did. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more daily NBA recaps and other NBA videos. And you guys already know I'll be right back here tomorrow recapping all the action for tonight. And so until then, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC. And I'm out of here. Peace!